do is instinctively react to what's going on around you. 180, big shot. Turn around, another big shot. Look left, right again, big shot. Like when their team's doing that, you just know they're on a whole different level, and I think that's what we've seen from Kaiser and Clement today. Very impressive. I think, at times we've seen things not go their way, but to see them now, sort of sitting on top of the leaderboards there, I'm sure they'll be well chuffed with that.
Levin, can you just say big shot one more time?
Big shot. You know what I'm saying? Little 180 flick, bam, big shot. Nice.
I could listen to you say that all night. Let's take a look at Howley. We've been seeing this man's face on cam a lot over this process, and that is because himself and his duo, Takata, have been performing beautifully.
Oh yeah, we can see Howley and his duo partner, how they ended up here, actually staying in the top half of the leaderboard throughout these recent matches, from the big solo clutch by Howley that fueled him and his duo for the upcoming matches where they have been annihilating domination for this team, and nothing less in this last match.
Yeah, I became a fan of Howley, back when he was playing with Veltenzi, and they showed us glimpses of the talent there. But, playing now with Nafrizi, I think we're seeing a different side to him where, like you're saying, Takata, he's almost turned into a bit of a clutch meister, right? You can always rely on him even when he's left as a solo, and that's super impressive by his regard.
Get clutch meister in the dictionary, please. Let's take a look. As you can see, 11th to 20th now. Look, we need to talk about Pablo, Bevies. You wanted to talk about them, and here they are, 23 points up. Levin, these guys are going to look to keep climbing.
Yeah, finally, right? Finally we get to see these guys activating one of these games. I mean, they came second place there, and I think everybody sort of expected them to come into today and roll through. If you were watching at the start of the day, I literally said, I think they will just run away with the competition, which hasn't quite happened. But in this game, they showed us what exactly they can do. A bunch of limbs, even when they were in situations that weren't the easiest to deal with, I think they made things work. And if they can continue to play like this, they will quickly shoot up into the top 9.
Look, they were sleeping a little bit at the start of the day, but it's time to wake up, all right? Pablo Bevies from the second place. I'm sure that in these next matches, they can keep that momentum forwards. But also, Janice Reason, 11th place, up 13 placements on the leaderboard from that previous match. They had a little bit of hustles in the early game, hassles that they had to overcome. But now, with a clean end game, they're pushed right back up on the borderline, almost in qualifying range for globals. So hopefully once they get a bit more of a maybe pop-off game, they can push themselves into that qualifying range.
Yeah, I mean, Levin, you talked about this duo as well as a duo you expect to see roll through, and Janice and Reason are sneaking on up there.
Yeah, man, the big Z. I want to see the big Z at globals. Like Janice and Reason, you look at EU competitive Fortnite history. I'm a bit of a history nerd, right? And I look through all of the best moments in our scene, and Janice and Reason are a part of them in some capacity, right? And so to see them at globals, I think would be very, very fitting. Of course, it starts with what they can do in these next couple games, and I think we are starting to see them get a better grip on the game. In typical fashion, I'll say that now, and they'll just go down off spawn. But hopefully, we can start to see them at least get into that bit of a rhythm.
Yeah, you can see there as well that the threshold, the sort of area that you want to be looking for is around the 146 points if you want to make it up into those top 9 spots, which, remember, those are reserved for the last EU teams to make it to global championships. There's still a lot of room for movement here, Takata, with just 2 games to go.
Yeah, 146 now, but that's going to change drastically as the games continue. So you can't fall asleep. If you're awake now, like Pablo and Bevies just woke up, you need to stay awake. You need to keep pushing forwards because these last matches are some of the most difficult.
This is where the pressure really hits, though, Levin. I know we keep talking about it. It's an obvious thing to mention, right? But if you're not in the mix right now, you're going into this, you're looking at your duo partner and you're going, we need to switch things up pretty quickly here, otherwise we're going to miss the boat.
Yeah, but Ian, what does pressure make? what does pressure make,
Ian?
What does pressure make?
Hey, we're not going there again, all right? We've been there and done that.
Diamonds.
Are you sure?
Diamonds.
Nothing else.
You know.
Diamonds.
It's an easy one to forget. All right, listen, let's get right back into the action. It is game number 6. No, game number 5. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's get back to our casters, Taka and Shia.